wow. Welcome. We'll get this together. There you go.
I'm mute. I'm mute. It's me, Ivan Ramirez. Sorry, we're struggling here. But we are here today with Delia and also one of our nominees, Anastasia Delgado. Today we'll get to know more about her. She was nominated by a couple of people for Educator of the Year 2002. How are you, all?
Good.
Good. Good. We're
We're all
trying.
sick. Just, yeah, a disclosure, we're all sick. We're all here sick together. We're
Yes.
excited. Yeah.
Yes.
Anastasia,
So,
congratulations. How was your day?
Oh, it's been good. Just, relaxing, laying low, eating the Pedialyte popsicles,
Yeah.
oh,
trying to get better so I can enjoy some of my break.
Oh, this week
oh,
you're off this
Yeah,
week?
I
Mm,
am. Lord bless.
yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, it's a good week to be sick then. You get to rest.
Yeah.
well, I kind of disagree with that. It's like, why do
Uh,
we have to rest when we're off work?
Right. I'm like, no, I want to run the streets. No.
Yes. Like, I want to go out, I want to shop. I want to,
I mean, like, let's be real. I'd probably just sit at my house, but I'd like to be able to breathe freely.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. Those of you who don't know, I am Delia Perez, Director of High Impact Practice at the LEC. I'm super, super excited. Anastasia, you've had an amazing year with the LEC.
Yeah.
We've really, really elevated, amplified your voice and experiences as an educator. And someone's just tuned in. She said, I am so proud of you. Yes, Educator of the Year. So, before we get started, tell us about yourself, your role, and your journey to it. And please reintroduce yourself to the community because I know that you've introduced yourself in different platforms. But, for those that are tuning in that have no idea who you are, tell us about yourself, your role, and your journey to it.
Yeah. That's so funny. I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, man, I have been on the LEC's Facebook page several times this year. Word. um, and it's been fun. But yeah, I teach eighth grade English in KCK at Eisenhower Middle School. Um, Crazy journey there. I didn't want to be a teacher ever. I told my English teacher when I was in high school, oh God, the last thing I'd ever want to be is an English teacher. And then here we are. So, um, put my foot in my mouth there. But yeah, I started in KCK about 5 years ago as college advisor and realized I love working with kids. I don't like doing this though. I don't like this vibe. So a friend of mine, Amber Buck, was like, why don't you try the fellows program? So I went through that in KCK and got put at Eisenhower and I've been there since. And it's been fun. I've been stepping into different roles there. I started our building's multicultural student union this year. Oh, and that's been so much fun and the LEC supported us. Um, and I think I'm looking towards some more changes in my role in the future.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe some admin possibilities.
Ooh. Yeah. No,
I'm
we
really
love
thinking.
that. We're excited for you. That's interesting. But my question is, especially since you didn't think you were going to be a teacher, that wasn't in your plan. But what does being nominated for Educator of the Year mean to you?
Means a lot, honestly, especially being nominated with this group, being seen by your people hits different. Like, I think if I got nominated for something that was just like anybody educator of the year, I would be like, oh my God, this is a great honor. But something about it being Latinx educator, it hits different. And it means more because people that look like me and do what I do see me. And that is a tremendous responsibility, but it's also a tremendous honor.
Mhm.
So it means a lot.
I think that has been the common when we have, yeah, we've talked to a lot of educators, prospective educators, and it just means a lot to them that they are seen and valued by their contributions or their work in the classroom or as a teacher. So, yeah, you're
Hmm.
right. people need to be recognized, especially Latino educators, Latinx educators.
It's not a lot of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Speaking of, data shows that Latinx representation in schools matter. What impact do you see yourself having on your students at Eisenhower?
I think I help them also feel seen. That's like my biggest goal, is making sure that the kids' voice is heard and advocating when I need to, and when I'm meant to, right? For kids that look like me. Kids can't be what they don't see.
No.
That's also probably somewhere in there if I broke it down and dissected it down to its like true reason why I didn't see myself as a teacher. I didn't have many Latino teachers. I think I had one in grade school and one in college. And that was it. And those teachers always had this large impact on me. So kids can only think about becoming what they see, right? I want to be like you, is what I hear now. Every now and then I'm like, what does that mean? That's a loaded thing, because there's some things about me that maybe we shouldn't do. But yeah, I think I give them a voice, and that's my favorite part, especially with the Multicultural Student Union. We did our Hispanic Heritage Month assembly, and I had sixth graders, because we're 6 through 8 in my building, sixth graders who got up in front of the entire school and read some very powerful poems and stuff and used their voice, and represented for themselves and who they are and where they come from. And it was so beautiful to watch them share who they are with everybody. And it's just my favorite part about doing what I do.
I'm going to add something that one of your nominators mentioned. So when you think about this impact, something they saw in you was that you had high expectations for your students, and you led them in a collaborative effort with other teachers to create an entire advocacy project. Students led it, and they were determining and identifying what improvements they wanted to see in their school, their community, and their world. And they presented these to the school board. So that's your impact from the person that nominated you. And I'll add one more thing, that throughout the project, they watched the way you set high expectations and how you believed in every student in your room, and that you also believed that they had a valuable perspective, and openly and loudly critiqued injustices her students saw. You validated them, and so on. This was one of the longest nominations that we saw, but those are just a few things. So let that impact. It's interesting how we see our impact, but it's beautiful when others see that impact. And having high expectations, seeing your students as valuable people, being loud and advocating for your students, and building that collective agency in your classroom on like, hey, let's change what we're seeing in our school. And how would you do that? This is your third year, fourth year teaching?
Fourth year.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I never let go. High expectations for me, that's all my classroom is. Like, I tell the kids, you're either gonna show up or you're not. And I hope you do, because that's what I expect. And if you don't, well, tough, you're gonna do it anyways. That's what I want you to do, and that's the only way you're gonna grow. So they know. One of the kids, we got these Thanksgiving cards this week, these like gratitude things from the kids, and I got one that said, "One thing about Miss Delgado, she may tell a joke, but she'll never tell you a lie."
Oh.
And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Alvin, that hits harder, because they see that authenticity, and they know that aside from all the jokes and all the playing and all the kikiing that we do in my room, I have their best interests at heart, and I'm not going to steer them in the wrong direction. And I'm always going to be really, maybe to a fault, real with them.
Wait, Yvonne, can I share one more thing with you? Did you know, Yvonne, that the DEI department took notice of this project. I kept reading further. They
No,
took
no.
notice of this,
Yeah.
and this nominator said, they might want to duplicate Delgado's effort, but they're not going to be able to replicate Delgado's passion, advocacy, and authenticity. Yeah. That's so beautiful.
Wow, that's nice things. I don't do well with those. People say nice things about me. I'm like, why would you do that?
No, it's really special that they say your authenticity. Yeah, yeah. There's comments also from Facebook of people that love you,
My
that are
mom.
supporters of you. But yeah, what keeps you going? This person that you nominated wrote, yeah, they just write a lot of things. I'm like, how does she do it? What keeps you going?
The kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think somebody wrote it out for me and they put it on paper, and I'm like, that's exactly what it is. My fear of not doing something is greater than my fear of doing the work. That's like one of the things I struggle with the most. Like, what if I don't? What if I don't do this? What if I don't do this for the kids? What if I don't push the kids in this way? Who will?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, teachers are fabulous. But when you have somebody that looks like you, who is pushing you and not lowering expectations because we do look like each other, that's different. And I see kids that look like me wanting to impress me more because I am like them. Like, I want to impress this person because she's like me.
Yeah.
But the kids keep me going. The work keeps me going. I never stop, which is probably not great. I think about it all the time, but it's my favorite thing to do. And that's probably why I want to go and do other things in education, just because I'm like, let me run the building. Let me do it, because I know what I want. And I know what we can do. I just need some power.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the kids. It's the kids. It's my colleagues that work tirelessly and endlessly like I do to get the same results. I work with a great group of women that I have surrounding me at work, and they keep me going. They really do.
Awesome.
Well, no, congratulations. We are really proud of you. Especially, yeah, authenticity is one of our values that we really push. And I think students can really see authentic teachers, and they gravitate to them because they know they are in their corner. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
any last final thoughts before we close?
Well, someone I interviewed out of Chicagoland was saying something that came up for me while you were sharing, like, what keeps you going. She's just like, I am I'm just one of the luckiest people ever. Like, I get paid to do what I love, right? And like, that's such a beautiful, like, wow. Because you mentioned, like, you don't turn it off. We don't. We think about it. We think about it in the evening. We think about it when we're having coffee. We think about it, right? It's just
literally like everywhere.
Everywhere you go, it's like you're thinking about them and sometimes worried about them, right? Like, there's things that happen. But yeah, no, congratulations. I wish you the best of luck. And I know that, your impact on not just your students, but other teachers around you is definitely there. We see it, we see you, and we'll see what the results say.
Yeah.
Either way,
All right.
thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye.